This is big time signs and time to take a moment to journey home to the heart of whose you are. Because X marks the starting location of every journey. And you are here where you are right now for the perfect reason. So as you relax and realize you don't have to give anything to me as you enjoy the experience of relaxing, of allowing the energy that wants to just move through the roots that you envision growing through the feet that are on the ground, sending that energy down into the heart of the mother who has always been here. Mother Earth, planet Earth. She has carried us all. She holds the energy that needs to move, that makes us feel we need to comfort ourselves as we go through an experience we're not used to, of letting go of things we used to think we needed to hold on to. And now we realize we can just let them go with the flow. We don't have to be anyone or anything to anyone other than ourselves. Because when we honor ourselves and the relationship we have with ourselves fully, truly, then we actually bring ourselves back into the moment where we have the power that previously we gave away, which is why we needed to hold on to things like the past and who we used to be, because that image was so beautiful and we loved that and we were so invested in it, and everything has went into why that part of our lives was the very best and everything after it has sucked. And instead of continuing on with that story that has led us to the place of not being content with who we are because we forgot whose we are and why we're here, we release what shows up that needs to flow, and we don't judge ourselves for natural functions that arise as the energy dissipates and moves itself the way that a river naturally does, because energy is meant to be in motion, and so are emotions. They are not meant to be suppressed, repressed, depressed, compressed. They are meant to be embraced, to be felt fully, to bring ourselves into the moment of saying, oh, this sucks. But what is it trying to teach me? Why is it showing up? Why is that energy moving in my direction in this moment? Help me understand. And when we have that level of questioning, we realize that our breath is language. We realize that our breath is how we can call ourselves home in any given moment. We realize that our breath is how we can breathe ourselves back to the power of who and whose we truly are, where we can invert reality to work for us instead of against us, that we can stop rowing our boat against the stream and instead turn around and just to be yourself regardless of who's watching and who cares. It's time for you to understand that life goes on with or without us, but it's better when we're here fully, when we reflection where we put our power. Yes, it's true, what can you do? Let yourself be as wild and crazy as your soul calls for you to be, and let that be enough. It's true, you are on a mission on planet Earth as a individuated expression of the grand overall designer of life. And life is meant to be a journey, and sleep is how we repair ourselves. And so, now that we are feeling so relaxed, we let all of the tension go out of our toes, down into the roots of the mother who has always been there to support us and to love us regardless of how much we hurt her. It's true, we have been pretty sadomasochistic with our parents because we didn't feel that they gave us what we needed, but they gave us the best that they could. Mother Earth gave us freedom to roam and to choose our results. Father Sun shines down the light of the divine to remind us of the light that is inside of us and that we're called to activate. It's true that you have the power within you, but you have given your power away to so many places other than your own heart, that you are feeling drained and depleted before you even go there. And so now I call you to call those parts back to this moment, to cut yourself free of all of the doo-doo of what you were before, because it all helped you become who you are. Each of those moments where you gave away all of your power and resented yourself, and the ones that devoured who you were before and want to hold on to. Now you get to choose who you'll become now that you had that experience and then all that you went through after you went through that. And now you have a chance to become whoever you choose to be. It's true, you can do whatever you want to, and maybe your guided visualization wasn't intended to be a song, or maybe it's exactly what the little boy inside of you needed to hear right now. Maybe you're trying to approach this whole adulting thing a little too seriously, thinking that tomorrow's guaranteed and you are sentenced to a life of surviving when you are here to thrive. And you did not know that because you gave your power away to people who didn't deserve it. I did too, that's why we met where we did. And now I say to you, it's time for us to be true to who and whose we really are. Let all of what you used to define you be instead what you used to refine who and whose you thought you were, to become who you choose to be. Let that be enough. Let go of your need to interrupt your recharging cycle. Get your circadian rhythms back into harmony. Let go of what used to not serve you by choosing natural remedies. Choose mushrooms instead. Let that be the psychedelic that ultimately in small microdoses help you rewire your brain naturally instead of using the medical versions. But don't do it because of all of what you've already been taking. It'll spike up your serotonin levels and make you feel depressed and depleted because your serotonin would have had a huge spike and then crash. So you've got to get yourself clean of the pharmaceuticals and the unnatural poisons that have been making you feel like you need more of them, when the truth is that you just need to get off of that.
Yes. All that.
Here's a song for you, my friend. I hope that you've enjoyed the show, and I hope that you too have got what you needed to from this moment and can replay it for what it means to for you and what you'll do with all of what I said. Take it and feel into how it resonated with you and who you are in this moment, and then let that go so you can then flow into who you're here to become. Underneath all of those veils of expectations and things that made us think we needed to be anything other than who and whose we already were, we put on a certificate, a badge, or a title to say that we were enough, and if we don't have that, then we aren't, and that's what we have used to define ourselves until we took back the power to say, I say, I'm ordained by God, OBDG, is what we can put beside our names without having to attend any school after graduating from high school, which is the socializing system that's used on today's modern child, who becomes the man that is traumatized or the woman who ultimately was traumatized too, and then we become ones who all connect through wounds, and then we give away our power to the stories of the past, when really what we need to do is just know that we came together then so that we could rise from a strong foundation, because all of those cracks then were made into solid ground. Let us drop all the walls that we used to put God into to keep our safe selfly separate and isolated, where we get sick, ants die on their own, and we're no different. So we gotta know it's true, you are the one you've been waiting for, and no one is coming to save you, so you've got to be willing to step up and do it for yourself. I promise you you're worth it, and so are we. Instead of the Me Too movement, no disrespect, but it is about shifting our attention to make it about we too. We've got to move together or we'll be crushed by the wave, when in truth we are the wave. All of the warriors are called together. We're calling each of you to come and be part of the wave. You already are, and we have to decide which one we will be. We're here to stand up and say, we are barons of sovereign land. We'll take a stand for what we believe in, because if we fail to know what we stand for, we'll fall for just about anything. And when we find out that the parents who raised us were actually part of an abusive parental system, and I don't mean my own nuclear family, though the term itself says a lot. When we were taught to fear the nuclear war, what's happening? Game of Thrones playing out on the world stage. My oh my, we are just tribes who are all fighting each other because we don't realize that we are the wave. When we all band together and drop the walls on all of the boxes that we used to put God into, that is when then we bridge the gap in between and connect with people that maybe otherwise we would not have connected with, thought they were lying, but then found out the truth in what they had to say. And so now that they know that we are the real deal, they'll follow us. I don't know where the song is going to, but I feel that it needs to end now, and so I'm gonna say this is the end, my friend, and then I'll say that we really need to just tune back into the mother, the one who can support us. Our energy is like a toroidal field, it is true, flowing like us as if we were the center of an apple core. The thoughts we have are seeds that we plant in the daily life, and so that's why we have to decide to dream a new dream together, so that we can stand as the warrior ones who came here to demand change through our own action and actualization of our soul's potential. It's true. challenge you to become all of who and whose you are. It's true. And then I say, low battery mode when we go too long, and so I'll say toodaloo. And I hope you have a blessed and sacred day whenever you get this. It's true. Alexander, I love you. My nephew, it's true. And you too, who I met when I went through one of my darkest times. It's true, we all come into each other's lives when we need to, and when we do, that's when we meet the next teacher who can come into our lives like a feather or sandpaper or a 2x4 or bus. It's true, we all come into each other's lives as teachers of varying kinds, and it's okay so long as we decide to be the ones we've been waiting for, and to take back more and more of our power from all of these stories that we used to give our attention to. Where we deploy our team players is where the energy flows, because it's our time, energy, effort, attention, money that command respect in our world. And I say that we must take a stand for the people and realize that we, each other, are the best investments we can make with any of our team. And that's why I am here. So, officially now, toodaloo, look after yourself, share this message with a friend, and join the Together movement. The Together movement is brilliant. Has it been done? I doubt it, but maybe it has. Who knows? Alex is checking now. The Together movement. His phone died. What does that say? It is time for us to decide to make that hashtag, regardless if it's been done. Just repackage and repurpose to get to be the peaceful inner warrior that unites with others who will fight for freedom, truth, love, victory, joy, and higher planes of consciousness. Join with me in the empowerment process, going into the heart of who and whose you really are. It is true. Now I bid you adieu officially. Thank you very much.